back to SourceFedNERD. We're doing the Nerd News Breakdown today, and it's a happy end of E3.
Yay!
My name's Maude.
I'm Reina.
I'm Sam.
This week was huge in gaming. The E3 Expo was on all week. It felt like a lot longer since the conference started on Sunday this year.
Yes, we reported on the conferences, then we hit the floor of the LA Convention Center to see which games stood out to us. So we're here to break it all down for you.
So let's break it down. Reina, you're going to go first. Oh, we're going to talk about the floor.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the floor. All right, so Sam and I had a lot of fun. Instead of playing video games with friends,
Like you do.
like you normally do at E3, we just played games with friends, like
Yeah.
never have I ever. And that was it. But we got to see a lot of different booths. It was a very fun, like, atmospheric experience for us, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was, I enjoyed it
It was a
lot.
little relaxing because we didn't have to wait in too many lines. We waited in one line to go see Nintendo. But overall, like, we got to go to the Sony booth and the Microsoft booth, and then we hit the other hall, and we got to see all the cool, like, Ubisoft and
Yeah,
2K,
Bethesda.
EA.
Yeah.
Funny that you say that. I think 2K got booth of the floor for me. They had
Really?
that Mafia setup. Oh my gosh.
It was like New Orleans.
Yeah, the music.
So
Yeah.
great. And it was this live jazz band that anytime you're
time.
walking close to it, you would draw you in, and they were having the best time in there.
Yeah,
They
and you
played the
couldn't
whole
help but
day.
dance.
The whole day.
They
Yeah.
played the whole day.
And it was like the exterior of like a bar, so you're kind of
It
walking
was like a
along
New
a
Orleans
street.
open bar, yeah.
Love it. And the best part about what they were doing is that it wasn't just on site at the booth. They had a roaming party as well. And when I was walking
cool.
in, they were set up and they were like swing dancing.
Oh,
there was all
that's
this jazz.
cool.
Everyone's got the biggest smiles on their faces, and there was a crowd, and everyone was filming it. And I was like, well done. But they were dancing around a coffin.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a coffin that were like,
It's a
it was
New
a
Orleans
funeral.
style
Yeah, I
funeral.
get it. Yes, that's
They
what
won it for me.
do.
That's really cool. Will I play Mafia? Man, probably not. But it had
But
a really cool booth.
marketing paid
Uh-huh.
off.
Did you know that for the Mafia booth, they also sold crocodile bits for lunch? I think if you showed them your ID or something, they gave you crocodile nuggets.
I've had alligator before. I've had alligator
Maybe
before.
no, I think
but
it's
bet
yeah,
so.
gator.
maybe.
No, I just meant
I'm
it
not
somewhere
sure.
else, but
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
I'm sorry, maybe it might be gator. Can you not eat crocodiles? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
I don't know, but
Rules.
they had that kind of semi-exotic Cajun style thing, and I thought that was amazing. Yeah. I didn't have any, of course. I just heard about it.
Favorite booth?
Favorite booth?
Yes, Sam.
Oh, I know. Can we guess?
Yes.
Sony?
No.
Oh no.
What do you put your hand?
What's down there? I don't know. I'd have to go with. Damn. I think Oculus. I like that Oculus had a
Okay.
booth this year.
It was clean.
It was so clean, and it was fun
Yeah.
to see that Oculus is like, yes, they're here. Here's Nintendo, here's Sony, here's Microsoft, but yes, Oculus is here, and they're important. They're doing their thing. Did I go into it? No. And I just I saw it, and it was pretty. Yeah.
I thought it was cool that Oculus was right next to Nintendo, which was the biggest hype ever, just because of the wraparound people waiting like the entire time. But it was a little bit overshadowed since Nintendo's booth was like all completely covered and you can't see inside, and it was next to it. But
I noticed that about this year. Usually at E3, the spaces are very
Open.
open. So Ubisoft would have a giant area which you could walk in and out of like in every angle, and it was so inviting, and you
Yeah.
could see all the trailers, and it kind of provided a lot more atmosphere. Whereas this time, they were all kind of shut off, and you had to book an appointment to go behind the closed doors.
Yes.
So you didn't see as much this time.
yeah, it
Or
was
feel it.
It's. I think it maybe is supposed to feel a little bit more exclusive, or like we have so much more to unveil and give off that aura. But
Too many secrets. This is like
yeah.
the secret
yeah,
deliverer.
PlayStation felt very open. It still had that vibe where you could just kind of swing in and out. The stations were all over the place with people managing them, so that was
You can
nice.
play everything.
Play
All the
everything.
indie, smaller titles were
Yeah.
there for like Steam and whatnot.
Yeah, Masquerade.
Yeah.
But Nintendo will always be and forever be my favorite because it's a performance. This year it was a performance.
Oh, yeah.
And every year, even the displays are all so perfectly curated to what they're trying to show that year. Like Splatoon 2 years before, Smash Bros. Obviously the year before, Wind Waker 2013. Like the display was incredible. So this year they didn't disappoint me there. Let's talk about how we didn't play the games at all, but we got to see the visual walkthrough of everything,
Yeah.
and how Maude got to play Breath of the Wild.
They wouldn't let us walk into the Nintendo booth
No.
at all. We had to
It's
wait in
blocked.
line to walk in.
That
Can't
line-
touch
Just a few.
anything.
Can't touch anything. Well,
Mine was
We could like
so
touch. We could go around touching people.
Yeah, we
but
could touch
like,
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even then, you're probably not supposed
Yeah,
to.
but we first sifted into this smaller dome-like room, and it's very much a dungeon, right? And the entire wall and everything was displayed to be like it was supposed to kind of emanate that you're inside of the cave with them and like experiencing
ruins of something.
Ruins, yeah, that's the word, definitely. And then they show a little bit of the trailer, but more than the trailer. At first we were like, really? You're showing this to us again? But then they showed a little bit more gameplay, a few more enemies. It was a little bit more exciting.
And the stuff that you saw from 2 years ago, they added in the trailer.
That's what I love.
With the awesome
with the
arrow.
disengaging, bomb arrow. Yep.
The slow-mo. Well,
Yes.
I cut the line completely. My mate's over at Nintendo Australia. Shout out to Australia. It's one of the best things it does. Meant that I just went straight in and they're like, all right, let's get you playing this game. And I was like, I'm so ready. And then boom, I was like, oh, wow, Link's not wearing any clothes except his trunks.
Oh.
You can just take off his pants and his top. So I did. He's got a rig, that Link. He's not real, but that was. You can play the whole game with him in his trunks.
He's just barely 18.
So
I
what
don't know.
It's fine.
So the things I noticed about this game that I didn't get from the trailer, and obviously, guys, I'm a little bit disappointed in the trailer because I thought it was very expansive and a little bit lonely.
Understood. I agree.
Based on the trailer only. Trailer
yes.
only, yeah.
Well, I looked at the demo, and the demo map itself was really quite big, and it was just one small portion of this giant map. If you played any Assassin's Creed games or even Shadows of Mordor, it very much took on that side of things, so it is huge. I mean, there's a lot of exploring to do. It still feels very Bear Grylls. I mean, he's going around by himself. If he hacks too much with his sword, it will break. If he doesn't treat or, mend his tools, they'll break.
Right.
And then he's got to forage.
Feels very Minecrafty.
Yeah, the cooking.
Too.
Yeah,
it feels very
yeah.
Minecrafty.
You've got to find food. You've got to collect your steak from the boars that you kill. You've got to pick up your arrows once you shoot them. That kind of stuff, I think, has a very different feel that we haven't had from Zelda before. He also turned into a cowabunga bro, which I wasn't expecting. What? He jumps up, flips his shield, slides on it, and he goes surfing around the grass. And we found out, the guy that was demoing it with me, he knows Zelda back to front. And he only found out as we were playing it on the last day that you can fire your arrow while sliding around on your shield. So that was
Like
really
Legolas?
cool. Yes! Yes. So I really liked that.
Look now.
We had to put the amiibo in to activate the wolf from Twilight Princess,
Cool.
but it was cool to
I
have.
like that.
It was cool to have the companionship, which I was craving from the trailer. It just sucks that you need the amiibo to be able to do that. That's what I don't really like. But I was impressed with the game, and there's a lot of exploring to be done. If that's the kind of game that you want, if you want something more concentrated, a little bit more linear, a little bit more this village, that place, that dungeon, I don't think it's going to be like that. There you go.
Yeah.
Zelda. A little bit of Zelda.
But your games that you're excited about, game
Yeah,
news.
well, there were a lot of announcements that Nintendo ended up doing, even though they're like, everything's going to be about Zelda, which I know the E3 floor was very much all about Zelda, and I get that. That's what they're describing. But still got tricked, whatever. We got some new Pokemon to add to Sun and Moon, which is kind of exciting. Maybe just for me. Okay, that's okay.
No, that's okay.
As always, they give you the few that you're going to encounter pretty much immediately after you get your starters. So this time we have Picky Peck, which is your flying Pokemon that you get. I'm sure it'll have 3 stages of evolution, 2 stages of evolution. Yeah. There's already a lot of fan art about like what it might look like after it evolves, and it's quite pretty. Also very confusing because artists out there are very talented and it looks very real. So don't get tricked. There's also Young Goose, which
which is the Trump Otter.
Yes, thank you, Lord. Yes, exactly. That is the Trump Otter. I don't know.
They match faces a lot. They match a lot of the same
on the
expressions.
toupee.
Yeah.
There are so many side-by-sides out there on the internet of Young Goose next to Trump, and it does look like he's familiar.
It's great. It's great. He could be cute. I think he could be cute. Not Trump, the Pokemon.
No, once I've seen that, I can't go
You can't
back.
get it out of there, yeah. We also have a new bug Pokemon, Grubbin.
Break it down, Reina. Grubbin's just a bug.
I don't like bug Pokemon. They're weak to everything, and they're completely useless. I don't like that I think he's only bug, no subtype right now, so I'm sure he'll get more types as he evolves, but I'm never a fan of. Yeah, I'm never a fan.
Surely grass. A bug
Poison, usually bug poison kind of combats a bunch of those weaknesses, but whatever. I know I was really disappointed in the starters like Litton Rowlet and Poplio, but I think...
Poplio's the seal, right?
The clown seal.
clown seal.
I'm sorry, I really don't like clowns.
Litton's all right.
Litten is cool. And she has like I don't know why it's a she, but like she has an attitude problem. It's really cute. I kind of enjoy that. And
Such a fire Pokemon.
right. And Rowlet is really adorable. I saw one of his moves where he like lifts up his wing and like a nut or a seed comes out or something like that.
Where are they hiding that?
I don't know.
That's the secret.
That's the secret.
That's the secret.
Under their wings. But yeah, so I'm trying to warm up to them. The legendaries are really cool. Solgaleo and Lunala, they just look really crazy. They look like chakras. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They look like really pretty chakras, so I can't really see them as like living creatures. Whatever, I'm just trying to get myself into it. But the only thing that I'm 100% happy and excited about is still the fact that it's in the Alola region. I always wanted something tropical because you always got a little bit of a taste of tropical stuff. Like, oh, you go to this island to collect this and finish this off, but nothing was ever dedicated to it. So I'm very excited about that.
Me too.
We found out Pokemon Go is going to be $35. We've all made a pact that we're going to get it.
Yes.
I think it's fine.
It's
I
worth
know,
it.
yeah, I know it's because it's an app-related game and or like device that everyone's freaking out that it's so expensive. It's not that bad.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy a DS because it's like $200, and
Thank you.
that's not even that bad considering
Right.
other gaming stuff out there.
Devices. Holy crap.
But like that means I have to dedicate time to the DS. With
Right,
this,
yeah.
all
And
it
with
is
other
a watch
games.
and on my phone. I don't need to carry anything else around.
Right.
Like I can just play it from here. And the best part, you can be active with this game.
It's like
Yes.
a Fitbit.
Yeah, it's like
Thank
a Fitbit.
you.
And
think
just
it's
as
a
you're
thing.
walking, and the more you walk, the more it unlocks your items.
Yes, exactly. So I think it's a great idea. Fitbits are like $200 anyway as well.
This is $35.
Yeah, this is
Easy
$35.
breezy.
Hello. And you get
become
Pokemon.
a Pokemon trainer.
in real life. So I have to say that I don't care how much it costs. I don't care how much it costs. There's obviously a limit, but 35 is fine. I am
Yeah.
so okay to use that. I was ready for that, and I'm disgusting it. I'm just gonna get
Also,
it.
wait, how much is like a DS game right now? Around $60? $40?
Oh my God, are they that bad? I
can't
think
even remember.
$49.99 is something that kind of sits in my head for DS games. I think that's
So this is a cheaper game all
cheaper-
around
yeah, cheaper
comparatively
device.
to everything. Device
Yes.
plus because it kind of ties into the apps.
yeah,
you
the
can use
apps.
the
My
app.
only concern is how much space it's going to use on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After a while, it's gonna add up.
Oh, I so was not thinking about that at all. That is such a good point.
You're talking about Rhythm Heaven, which is a game that slid under the radar.
It really did. Nobody cares about rhythm games. But I do a little bit. This is just so silly, and it has such a fun what the fuck Japan factor to it. Not the perviness, but the cutout like
I'm not gonna play. I don't want to play. It.
Yeah.
The
No
purpose.
panties on it.
right? It's weird that I'm playing it. But it's a great starter rhythm game instead of like jumping into Hatsune Miku and all that like crazy madness. But it feels a lot like a cross between WarioWare and Parappa the Rapper.
Oh my God, Parappa the
WarioWare.
Okay.
Yes, it has that like almost like weird chunky, I'm in a different world every single mini game kind of feeling. So it's very fun and I very much enjoy it. I suggest it. It's out for the 3DS already.
But your game of E3.
Paper Mario Color Splash. I think it was a little bit unfair that they had so much to show, like gameplay, and yet they didn't showcase it whatsoever on the floor. But alas, I was still very excited and very proud of Nintendo to bring this upon us. But the trailer shows that Toad's colors are literally sucked out of him via a straw.
Oops.
By Shy Guy.
Yeah, but they were always a little bit sus. Those shy guys. That wasn't worth it.
So in general, I love the Wii U gamepad. I know a lot of people give a lot of shit about it.
Don't
but
have one.
I know, and I get it. I'm just a Nintendo dork. I had to. But I feel like, I feel like the Wii U gamepad has such potential for doing interesting things in making the game more interactive. So that's why I love Fatal Frame, where they used it as the camera to capture pictures of the ghosts. And and Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, where it's a 3D puzzle, so you have to move it on an angle so that it faces the right way.
Yeah.
I loved that. So I'm hoping there's more incorporation of the gamepad for this game because I feel like there could be a lot of directions it could take. I know that the gamepad is where you create your cards for attacks.
That's what I saw in the trailer. Mhm.
That's all
Yep.
I've seen. So it's a little bit disappointing. So I'm just hoping there will be more. But the main things about the game and the takeaway from the game is that you have a paint hammer, you have 3 reserves of colors, combinations of colors create other colors, and I love that logic behind it. It's those kinds of like fine details that really make a game for me.
I gotta say, Paper Mario is one of my favorite games from GameCube.
Yes.
Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, awesome, so immersive, and I love like we can go to like the different worlds and how you could use Paper Mario by sliding under the door. You get the different abilities of being able to use paper
Because you're paper.
because you're paper.
Wind
but
Waker.
Wait,
Wind Waker.
what was wrong with Wind Waker?
That's my favorite game.
Oh,
On the game.
favorite
GameCube,
on
yeah,
GameCube.
GameCube.
That's fair because
Yeah.
it was really fun. I didn't get very far.
Someone will get that.
But on Wii, they made a Paper Mario that was not very good, and you got little pixies to follow it around, and I was not a big fan of that. But this one with the hammer,
Yes.
it seems so much more
And
fun.
it seems so true to that line of games, and it feels very much like the N64 one, which I very much enjoyed. And it's a true RPG.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it really is, and it's very much still an action adventure platformer. And the way they did the two of them so like seamlessly in this game was what impressed me.
And it's so meta
much.
too because you're getting the paint sucked out of the paper. Like that's
Yeah.
what it is. Like you're using the colors of a printer to
Exactly.
make things
Yes!
in the world.
The
Yeah.
fact that it's like red, yellow, blue.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so funny. And yeah, it's cheeky. I very much enjoy that. So yeah, Paper Mario has won my heart from E3 this year.
Wait,
But,
Sam.
Oh, I got excited.
Oh, you've got a
Sorry.
question.
Oh,
What
do
was
I?
your favorite? Yeah.
Oh man. All right. So what was your obviously Paper Mario was my favorite. What was your favorite Nintendo news from E3 this year?
Paper Mario, easy. I'm stealing yours.
Thank
That's definitely
you.
mine. And also, they didn't show us anything in the damn booth.
I know.
Only Zelda, even though
It-
Zelda looks beautiful.
It was great. And
Uh-huh.
also the booth girls were great.
Watch our video.
Well, please watch our video. They
Watch
are
our
great.
video.
So Sam, your favorite games that you took away from E3?
Ooh, I'm so excited. Ready?
Yes.
Injustice 2. We
Yes.
saw a
Oh,
trailer last week. It was awesome. Then we got gameplay this week and started explaining how you can use armor, new characters, new stages, new levels, everything. I think somebody at the table got to do a few interviews. People developed the game. Was it?
That'd be me.
Oh, there it is! Yay!
I interviewed the senior producer for Injustice 2, and we talked about finally the armor, which is called gear. And basically, every time you're in a fight, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, you will get some gear or something towards gaining gear. So you're constantly getting better. You're not being punished for being bad. Whew. We've got announced new heroes and villains. Supergirl was in the trailer. Gorilla Grodd, we finally know what's going on with him. Apparently, he's got different outfits like hats and crowns.
Oh, yeah, he's got to have his crown.
Because I was like, how's a giant gorilla gonna have armor upgrades? They're like, great question. We're gonna make him look ridiculous.
Yay!
And Atrocitus, I was told to expect a lot of blood.
Oh, yeah.
From
In the
Atrocitus.
comics, he vomits like acidic blood.
Yeah.
And it's real
What?
cool. That's why I'm excited in this game. Also, he has his little sidekick Daxstar, who's that blue kitten you saw flying around, like around his shoulder, who shoots lasers out of his tail. It's amazing. That's why I
Fantastic.
love that they added him to this game. I'm so excited. I actually did a little video on Injustice the comics, the original game, and Injustice 2, who who I think is going to be in the game, who is probably going to be in the game. So keep an eye out for that video on this channel. Super
awesome.
excited, and I love everything with the armor. At first, I thought it was weird that Superman put armor on because I'm like, it's Superman.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that.
But I am excited to see what they do with the gear. So
Yeah.
it should be really cool. Also loved Sony's panel because let's agree, it beat everybody. It beat everyone. It wasn't a panel where you sit down in your conference, you're like, okay, they're gonna show each game. It's like, no,
Next.
it was a seamless performance. No one had a mess up.
show.
No one had anything wrong. Like Hideo Kojima showed up and he had showed that weird ass trailer.
And he
but-
entered in like the craziest way.
and got a
It's
war.
like, I am back.
Yeah, I am here.
Yeah.
I am not hidden. I was not kidnapped. But but for me, Detroit Become Human nailed it.
Oh,
And I'm so
yeah.
excited because it's from Quantic Dream, the guys who made Heavy Rain.
Great game.
So good.
Oh my gosh, I like
so good.
cried.
I know, and there was like this weird wave of games where you can make decisions and it changes the outcome. And then I was like, you gotta stop. I don't need a million outcomes for this game. But with this game makes sense. It was I got spit in my mouth. I'm so excited.
So excited.
I'm frothing at the mouth. But you got to. There were like 700 different outcomes for Heavy Rain, and then they made Beyond Two Souls, and that didn't do quite as well. It didn't feel like the true sequel or
Yeah.
follow up. But this, Detroit Become Human, and even everyone's talking about the guys who worked on the game, is that this is the true successor. So I'm so excited to see how you can make decisions as an hostage negotiator and solve crimes.
What I liked about this is that you weren't human, you're an android. And I thought that
become
was
human.
quite different because I remember I was like, I really like the concept here, but am I going to be alone? Are people not going to buy this concept? And then I found out everyone's kind of on board with it.
Oh
much
yeah,
enjoy
and I would love to see. They kind of showed it there when the mother of the child who was being held hostage.
Yeah.
She was not okay with him. She was
Yeah.
not okay that
Right.
an android
Send
was
in a
coming out there.
person.
Yeah.
Send in a person.
Yeah.
But with that, he got to run all the algorithms in his head and figure out the best outcome, and that way, it even incorporates more of the choices that you get to make in the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
So I'm
I have a
excited.
gripe.
Yeah.
What's the point of an android if you can kill them, like with a shot to the head? Like, why would you put all the important shit there if that's also where it is in humans?
that's a good
Oh, you mean when he got a headshot?
Yeah,
Oh,
I did not
yeah.
like
Blue
that.
goop blood.
The
But
blue
yeah,
goop. Yeah,
like,
he's
and
made out of flesh or something.
why?
Yeah.
Why put all the important shit up there in one
In
spot?
every robot movie ever, a headshot shouldn't kill him,
It
but they
should
put the brain
not.
up there for some
Why
reason.
I know,
do
the
that.
cartridge needs to be in like the back Achilles heel.
Or in here,
think
and then you put a lot of shielding around it so
Yes,
you can't
yes.
shoot through
and
it.
it's like one tiny little spot that's like a kill switch.
there you
maybe.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
What if it's like
Easy.
in the finger? He's like,
Yeah, not
don't touch,
happening.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. But
That would make a lot of sense. Yes, thank you.
and that's our next robot movie we're gonna write after this episode. But for me, Lego Dimensions it's such a perfect toy to game. I forgot the name for that genre, but it's an awesome genre. But they had a new announcement trailer with their expansions, and holy shit!
There's so many
Can you throw those up really quick? We got a picture of every single one that they announced. You had the female Ghostbusters, which is awesome.
That was
you
fun.
got the A-Team. You got
Weird.
E.T.
Super cool.
Gremlins.
Weird. Sloth!
Fantastic Beasts. The Goonies. The Goonies are in it.
Knight Rider.
Knight Rider, Beetlejuice, Teen Titans Go.
Yeah,
that was cute.
I'm trying to go through the list. Mission Impossible.
Ethan Hunt.
Why
Man, that
not?
guy is the
That's-
most boring looking guy, but he has all the cool gear. So
The Simpsons.
Simpsons are an older one,
Oh,
but
are
they
they?
might expand upon that. They have a bunch of other ones that are so weird, and there's some that they haven't even announced yet. But that's my question to you guys. They're getting so weird. I think the Goonies was the furthest step away from
really
the
was.
genre.
Like-
Oh, Adventure Time! Adventure Time's gonna be in it.
Adventure Time.
Oh,
and it looked so,
fuck yeah.
Emo looked so good.
Yeah. Oh
It
my
was
god, I'm so
amazing.
excited. But with that, who would you want in Lego Dimensions? Because you can go anywhere. We did a video earlier this week
man.
on it, and I was talking about it. Fantastic Beasts is in it, and I think I want to go to my Nickelodeon pals and get like a Hey Arnold in there. I want to get a
you're
Cat Dog.
brilliant.
I want to get Cat Dog
SpongeBob?
in there. SpongeBob.
Yes, please.
You get Jimmy Neutron, and then he has all like the gear and
That
tech
would
and
be
everything.
such a good
Fairly
idea.
Odd Parents, and you get the
wands,
fairies.
Fairies,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a great idea. Yeah, Nickelodeon.
When I was looking at the banner, which was stretching on for ages with all these new characters, this song popped in my head, and it goes something like this: Too many cooks, too many cooks, too many characters, guys. Slow it down.
No, don't go faster. They got Sonic the Hedgehog now.
But do you know how Lego games work? It's like you need a particular character to unlock a particular thing. So their ability, they're the only one that can do that. And if you've got 542 and you need that character to unlock something, we're gonna have a problem. I did talk to the producer on this game as well. I think he was the co-director, and I was like, is this going to be making people broke? And he said, no, if you build up enough funds in-game from the coins, you can actually unlock a character that you would need for a certain amount of time.
I see.
So maybe you could buy a character that you don't own for 20 minutes to do that particular task.
Oh, so wait, hold on. That's
still-
kind of dumb. Wait, sorry, you don't get to keep them and just play with the character?
Nope, temporary. So there's too many happening in the game.
That is a little few too many. But with that said, who would you have? You gotta have your characters.
Falco.
You gotta... Oh, cool! Wait, is he a character you can play as, or is he like transportation, like the TARDIS or the DeLorean?
Luck dragon, but he helps you with luck. Because he.
Of course.
Yeah.
He's a luck dragon.
He's a luck dragon.
He's a luck dragon.
What about you?
Oh well, I mean, I can't get my head away out of the Nickel. No, well, okay, obviously.
Wait, we were walking
Pokemon,
by.
but-
Remember the banners we saw, and then there's the Dragon Ball Z characters on the banner. and
yeah,
I was
that
like,
wasn't for.
That's
That
not-
was.
That wasn't for
yeah.
Dimensions, but imagine if you had Dragon Ball Z.
No, that's not even fair.
That's
They're too strong.
crazy.
Too strong.
You got Superman. What are you talking about?
Listen, though, here's the territory this is coming in. You know how Pop Funko has literally dipped their fingers in every franchise
Yes.
ever and has now taken on anime, and it's really stressing me out. I feel like Lego is going in that direction because what the fuck? This is way too many. This is exactly that path it's going down. And you know you're gonna have exclusives. Like, oh, you can't get this Sloth Goonie unless it's a variant of this Sloth Goonie or like whatever is happening, etc. And it's gonna cost like $20 more. And maybe you can't play them in game. I don't know. But that's kind of I can't help but see that trend. So it's making me kind of upset. But I guess ideally, yeah, like anime would be fun. A Goku with like
Wow.
a Super Saiyan
Goku
mode.
versus Superman, because everyone always does
that's
that.
always, that's always the
Oh.
argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
My God, and you
man.
said
That'd be
with
so fun.
Cyborg, because he's in the game right now.
Yes.
But with Teen Titans,
Oh.
he like switches it up.
So you'll only need the one actual physical character to pop on into the game, but he will change if you team up with the team from Teen Titans Go.
That's so
so
cool.
you've got
That's
the adult
cool.
cyborg and then you got the teen cyborg, and he'll change. So two characters in one.
Oh,
Whoa.
bless you. I think it's gonna be fun to have a Gremlin in there because I want to see them get
That was
wet
the weirdest
and
looking Lego. I'm sorry,
Right?
but that is not in
E.T.
the.
is the
E.T.
weirdest looking
is weird.
potato
It's
walking
like
around.
a butt. A brown butt.
And Sloth is just an
grayish-
attachment on top of the head. But like that, regardless,
They're giving it a go.
they're giving it a go. And Lego Dimensions so excited. Injustice, Detroit
Oh.
Become Human, and Sony killed it.
Truly.
There it is. I'm actually going to talk about VR because we've seen a lot, not only in the conferences but on the floor. Ubisoft, Rocksteady, they're all coming to the table with VR. We saw it more than ever before this year. In the Bethesda conference, the audience actually was like, ooh. And I know that because I was sitting in there, so I don't know if you caught it on the stream. I was kind of surprised by that.
An excited ooh? Not like a ooh.
No. It was a yay.
Could you imagine the whole audience going, oh?
Well, I heard that a couple of times.
Yeah.
Like laughing where you shouldn't be laughing. Yeah. But I kind of thought that was a positive reinforcement, thinking, yay, people are actually into VR. Sony dominated with their VR slate for PlayStation VR. They've got price points. They've got like the package deals now. And they also have exclusive titles that you can only play on their Wear, like Batman Arkham VR and Farpoint.
So cool.
I will get to Batman Arkham because I got to demo that game. That was one of the good games of VR. I also want to talk about the not so good games like Ubisoft.
Yes, please.
Ubisoft showcased this little doozy called Eagle Flight.
Ooh.
It was so funny when we were watching it, though.
It was uncomfortable and awkward. Basically, you put on this VR and you try to guide yourself, an eagle, over a location. In this case, it was Paris, while trying to take out your opponents using your line of sight vision.
Everyone's favorite post-apocalyptic scenario: eagles take over Paris.
Yeah.
Bunch of eagles everywhere.
Kid-like
Yeah,
eagles.
yeah.
It was very kind of kiddie, but then you've got a panel full of adults who are lolling their heads around with their VR, trying to win the game. It was like they looked drunk, and I just feel like this is a one-way ticket to Spewsville because being in VR and doing that the whole time, just vomit everywhere. Didn't sell me the game at all. We had a laugh about it.
Yep.
They also showed the Star Trek VR where actors from the movies and the shows played the game, but because of that, it kind of seemed like a little bit of a big-time advertisement and endorsement.
Like a gimmick.
Someone's good at PR.
Wow, I played this character and now I'm really in here. It's so cool.
Yeah.
The graphics looked a little naff. You can check it out here. This is what it kind of looked like. It looked a little boxy. It didn't look so
It hasn't
great.
been a very good
Maybe.
Star Trek game, to be honest, overall.
Usually
But
that kind of stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But a friend of mine played it. He is a bit of a Trekkie, but he said that this was bucket list tick worthy. He said it practically changed his life because it's the immersive nature of the VR. So people were calling for him to do particular tasks. He was a technician, so they're like, drop the shields to 20. And he's like, I have to do this. And then the Klingons were arriving, and he said there was a real panic, but the captain was saying, no, we have to pick up the rest of the civilians. And he said it was so intense and it was so wonderful. So maybe you have to be wearing it to enjoy it. Don't know. If you don't have Fallout 4 and Doom, you can actually play it on VR. They are going to be opening up these entire games to play.
oh, wait, all of Fallout 4?
Yeah, you know how people play it for like 130 hours?
Yeah. So you have to do that only in 1 hour increments because if you played any
'Cause
more than
you'll
that, you'd be
die.
puking everywhere.
Yeah.
That's it.
Also, your brain cannot handle that much stimulation in like all different directions.
Open world, are you walking? I don't know.
And the enemies are difficult. Like it's hard in game. Like with a controller. How are you gonna? No, this is not how I'm gonna do it. No,
Yeah, that's
this
kinda
is
how
not
you're
gonna
gonna
happen.
The trailer for Resident Evil 7 got a lot of people talking. Immersive horror. I couldn't think of anything worse, but some people
Down.
We have to try.
We
it.
have to
Some
try
people
it.
just
try
need
it.
this to kind of like one up their horror fixation. But playing it was apparently a very different story. Word got out that playing Resident Evil 7 made people very, very sick.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's exciting. I'm always sick. That's the thing.
Yeah,
I'm
you were
always,
not nasty in
I it was so I threw up so many times.
Yeah.
Rigs was the worst thing though. They
Yeah.
had rigs at PlayStation. I was
And you're like,
excited.
no.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, why did I play this already?
Pulled my stomach out. With
But-
Resident Evil 7, they've got 7 months to fix it. Apparently, this is what they're saying with these VR games. Pop a stationary dot in there, one that won't really move, so it's your center space. Because when you're looking in every single direction and you're in a whole new world, but even though you're standing in one spot, it can really throw you off. And that's what happened to me playing Batman Arkham VR. Great game. You literally become Batman. You start off as Bruce Wayne in your incredible mansion, and you look everywhere. There's a grand piano.
Wait, can you look in a mirror and see
chandeliers.
Bruce?
Yes.
Cool.
You look in the
What?
mirror and you are
You're
Bruce
Bruce.
Wayne or Batman.
And it mimics you. Like, can you move around?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was being Batman doing this. Like caressing my own face because I was like so excited. I also grabbed his junk, my own junk,
You must.
in the mirror. I was like,
Oh my God, you must.
Fat dick.
stroking my abs, but it's like awkward because in front of you are only your hands, which are your move controllers.
Right. So you're.
So I realized right now I was in a room doing this kind of people. That's awkward. But what everyone was noticing is when you put on the VR and you became Batman, everyone's stance became different. Your body
That's
language
amazing.
became heroic.
Batman.
Beautiful.
And in the game, when you put on your gloves, you load on your gauntlets, the cowl comes on and you have to put your cowl on. Like, that kind of stuff is so cool. And then you get equipped with your utility belt. You look down. You physically look down and see it on your batsuit body.
There it is.
You've got your scanner on the left-hand side because you're a detective in this one, so it scans objects, your grappling gun, and right on the front of your belt, your batarangs. And you can
How
actually,
cool that
like,
would be.
do
You
it
look
like
up
this.
to a building and you just get to actually like, and
You
grab
get
the
to-
grappling
yeah.
hook, click,
You
and then
do.
you fly.
You have to
Yes.
do the whole motion.
Yes, and apparently in one part of the demo, you were in a cage and you had to get into another cage, and Killer Croc was trying to reach out and grab you, and they had to actually stop that because people would fall over. No! Because they were using a grappling gun and moving, and people were like, they'd eat shit. So they had to like dissolve it to where you became to your location. They were dropping. That's hilarious. But the part for me was I was getting lowered into the Batcave, and I'm talking like so many floors down underground into this subterranean Batcave. But because I was just standing on a bat symbol and all around it was like an elevator going down, I got vertigo.
Oh.
And I was like, ooh. And then I noticed that my ear blocked. And I was
As
like,
if you were actually going down into the
Yeah.
game.
Your brain got tricked.
and I couldn't shake it for ages. Like, I don't usually get this. I'm not sure what's happened. And I think it's because of VR.
Yeah.
So this has got me talking. Some of these VR games look great, some of them not really. But by the sounds of it, you can't be playing it for too long of a time because people are obviously prone to being motion sick. So if you can't play it for very long, there's chances you're going to get sick. You're not going to be able to play these long games, but the games could look cool. I want to know from you, my question, is VR hype worthy? Are you hyped for VR? Are you guys hyped for VR?
I'm still okay. I don't get motion sickness.
That must be nice.
It is nice. It's great. I love it. I can go. I can read books in cars. I can watch
What?
movies in cars. Yeah, I love
can?
it. I can
My
read a book
friend
on a
out,
roller
like,
coaster.
Me too.
I can try.
Remember when we were in London? Just the bumps, I wasn't okay.
Yeah.
Just the stop and go, I wasn't good.
You can spin me around in one of those centrifuges, and I could just be eating.
Ah, you're a god.
It's my superpower. But no, I mean, I'll go for it. But I do get I don't get dizzy, but I'm just like, I don't want to
can
be with,
feel-
I don't want something on
yes.
my face for this
Right.
long. I don't want to play Batman VR
Yeah.
for you. Like we did, one of our never ever ever spoiler is, have you ever spent a whole day inside playing video games? You can't do that with
No,
VR.
you
There's
can't
got to be an
binge.
option. Yeah, like of making it augmented reality or projecting it onto your walls or something to make it feel more immersive. Something. But am I hyped? Yes, because mainly Batman.
Wow.
Bless you. And
I'm feeling sick thinking about it.
and Fallout 4
all coming
could
back.
be really fun. Resident
scares me.
Evil, I could only handle for maybe 5 minutes, and then I'd be too scared, and I'd have to take it off.
People were saying that they would get this blasting headache after playing Resident Evil as well. If you weren't physically sick in the stomach, you would get a huge headache.
Like all of a sudden, probably.
If you don't have
Yeah.
the dot, then like I get it because
Yeah.
because I remember when we tried it out here, or even with your cell phone, like if you move around, it takes a second for it to calibrate and
Yeah.
catch up. So imagine if your vision wasn't following you. Of course, you're not going to feel
course.
good when you're doing it.
Yeah.
But I can handle it.
Unfortunately for me, I was never able to handle VR. I don't think I'll ever be able to handle VR. But I'm
what a
telling you,
nerd.
listen, you need to put a nose on there, okay? This is a real thing. So exactly what Maude was talking about earlier, where they need to put a focal point dot somewhere inside. Humans can see, whether you realize it or not, you can see this tiny little bit of your nose. Everyone can. And it's a little bit out of focus because it's both of your eyes converging at the wrong time, or at like different speeds because your eyes are different. But that's what you need. That's what helps you realize what is far away enough. So if you put that on, I feel like maybe that might fix things. And
Put a
then
nose on it.
Put a nose on it.
Hashtag
Put
put
a
a
nose on
nose.
it. But yeah, so I'm waiting for that to test out one of those. But I heard that this year everyone got a little bit sick in VR because I know you're actually very, very like you normally
pretty
don't. You're great. You never normally don't get sick. Trisha never ever has gotten sick from VR ever, and she got sick this year. And Zaragoza, who went on the roller coaster VR ride, said he got sick.
No, no,
That
no.
makes
Could
sense,
not
though.
be.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That one makes a lot of sense.
Oh, God, that's
So
a death
yeah,
wish.
much like you, I'm very hyped because I'm excited about that world. I will never own one in my home. It also feels like if I own one, I might have to host a lot of parties because people are going to come over.
This,
Yeah.
and then this, and then you need all the equipment, and then you need some space.
Because
to
not
do
all of
it.
us are going to get it, but the one person that gets it is going to.
We're gonna come over to your house.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's gonna happen, so
Get
I don't
HTC
know.
Vive, and I'll get the PlayStation VR. You get Oculus. If there's any other ones, I don't know. Can't keep up really. But yeah,
There's a little cardboard box.
There you go. Yeah. We can get those
We
for
can
our
hand one out
homes.
to everyone.
Yeah.
So we've got 3 E3 questions for you, the things that we've been covering that we've shown and expressed interest in. I want to know, are you hyped for VR?
Are you hyped for it? I want
Hyped for sure, yes.
I want to know if you guys, what kind of characters you want in LEGO Dimensions. You want your Nickelodeon characters? Do you want the Friends cast? I would like Chandler to be in there versus a Ghostbuster.
Get through this test?
Oh God, that's awful. And I want it.
My question is, what was your favorite news from Nintendo? Because we were lucky enough to get actual news instead of just Zelda. Mine was obviously Paper Mario Color Splash.
Oh my God,
So let us know in those
excited.
comments below. And what did you take away from E3? Let this conversation happen. We might meet you in the comments section. You just never know.
And also, we're putting out a very special, extra special E3 video over the weekend that Reina and I made. And also, you got to hop in a little bit too. And we got some special guests who are friends of SourceFed on there.
Very
and some
good
extra,
friends of SourceFed.
Extra things. We're very excited because we had a
Yeah,
lot of fun
it was
shooting it.
so good.
So keep an eye out on the SourceFed channel. Make sure you like us on Facebook as well. And check us out on social media at Sam Basher, at Maude Garrett, at Reina Scully.
Sam, nice.
You know where it is. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that's bagel.
What about Spider-Man?
Oh my God. I forgot. I'm worse.
No, it's okay. Sam, remember all those kick-ass flips and spins?